What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another live stream. And this is a very awkward time of year because, as you all know, right now, I'm supposed to be streaming the Indians. You know, you're supposed to have Indians, you're supposed to have Cavs and freaking March Madness with a little bit of football. But, oh, hang on. Love it. Man, I just love when people freaking call me. I answer. They don't even freaking talk. Stupid. But no, we're supposed to be having like different sports right now. But no, because the Rona has us freaking sitting here waiting for free agency to get going again. Because you know, you get a couple moves here and there. Things have definitely slowed down. The Browns haven't made a move at all, like big move, video worthy move, since last week. They made all their moves in the first like 3 days of free agency. Like, you know, of course you have like legal tampering. I'm including that. So like 4 days of free agency. Yeah. They made all their moves. The first 2 days of legal tampering, of course, they signed their three big fish, and then they traded for Genovich. And then the first 2 days of actual free agency, they made some really nice moves. But since then, all you've heard is crickets. But I've heard some rumors about the Browns being interested in some guys. Not going to come out here and say they will get them. Because I know one guy that we were looking at was Shelby Harris. And yesterday or last night, it was announced that he is going back to Denver. So, yeah. Now, in terms of other guys I've heard that the Browns have looked at, I've heard Vinny Curry's name come up. I've heard Nigel Bradham several times, actually, and Derek Wolfe. Those are the big three names I'm keeping an eye on, of course. And then you got Everson Griffin. Now, what I've heard regarding that, Griffin's going to wait until Clowney makes his decision. And get this, apparently, Clowney is going to, I've heard this dude's going to wait until freaking training camp to sign. You're going to keep Everson Griffin waiting that long? At some point, Griffin's just going to be like, screw you, Clowney. I'm getting my own money. I don't care about you. But as you can see by the title, I'm going to talk about the AFC North because they have been making moves so far. Yes, even the Bungles, who aren't necessarily known for spending money, well, they've spent some money. So who better to start with than let's look at who the Bengals have brought in. Now, of course, they did bring in a couple guys that I kind of wanted, Trey Waynes and Mackenzie Alexander, two former Vikings that, you know, I thought maybe Kevin Stefanski or Jeff Howard would be able to reel them in. But no, they decided to go to the other team in Ohio, Cincinnati. Look up this draft free agency tracker. I'm not sure how updated this tracker is, but hang on, let me find it here. I know NFL has one. Here it is. Team by team additions. Now there might not be some moves put on here, but the Browns right now have three more like positions of need, and Now, here's what we've done so far. Of course, we already know what we've done. Well, no, let's start with the Bengals. That's right. Yeah, start with the Bungles. So far, the Bungles have gotten Mackenzie Alexander and, of course, Trey Waynes. And then they signed DJ Reader and Von Bell. Now, of course, that's not in order. I believe their first move was DJ Reader, then Wayans or Mackenzie Alexander. They kind of got those two guys almost at the same time, on the same area, same time frame. And then, of course, they tagged AJ Green. So it's pretty obvious that they are boosting their defense. Now, since all they've done is defense, let's take a look and see how that defense of theirs looks with those additions. So you got DJ Reader in the front four with Dunlap, Atkins, and Hubbard. It's a pretty good front four. Might be the best part of their team, low-key. At linebacker, you got Jordan Evans, Jermaine Pratt. That's whatever. Trash. And then you got their secondary. Kirkpatrick with Williams, Bates, Jackson, and Waynes. And I guess you could even slip Bell as like a pseudo linebacker at times, maybe. But considering the fact that they're going up against some of the best receivers in the freaking league in the AFC North, of course, this guy, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Juju Smith-Schuster. I guess you could even say Hollywood Brown. I mean, he's not really the greatest receiver, and he's not one of the best, but he's definitely all right. I wouldn't consider him like Odell level. Oh, hell no. He's good, though. He's really good, for real. But looking at the Bungles defense, could you imagine if they had the worst run defense again this year? Somehow. If they still had the worst run defense against some pretty good running games? I mean, you got to deal with freaking Lamar Jackson taking off on you. You got to deal with Chubb and then whatever the Steelers do with James Conner or Samuels or whoever else they have. But, yeah, the Bengals, they have a somewhat bright future. I mean, I hear Bengals fans all the time talking about how Joe Burrow is going to lead them to the promised land. Yeah, could you imagine if Joe Burrow turns out to be a bust? I've said this before in Steel Maiden's live streams when he does hangouts. And I know he said it multiple times as well. But for his own good, I hope Joe Burrow does not go there. But we all know he's going to go to Cincinnati. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to go to Cincinnati. They just better hope he doesn't stink up the joint. Because that would honestly be hilarious. I would die laughing. I would come on camera and just laugh for like 2 minutes straight if the Bungles seriously did not take Joe Burrow. But what's going on, Antoine? Long time no see. Yes, sir. This XFL is keeping us calm. And then, of course, the Rona hit. How do you think the Browns will be next year? I think we'll be better than last year. This should be good. Bengals have to win a playoff game before they talk about the promised land. Their promised land is, I guess, win an AFC North. Because if with Bengals fans, they're out here flexing AFC North titles. Oh, crazy dog, you can't talk. You haven't won the North since, well, ever. Yeah, I know we haven't won our division since the freaking AFC Central was around. But still, I mean, and it's so funny. Last year, when I did my Bengals hate videos and stuff, this dude freaking Dashy has the audacity, to pretty much bring up the pre-Baker era. Because he knows Baker has essentially kicked his team's ass 3 out of the 4 games that he's played. Oh, but you lost to him in Week 17 last year. Yeah, when the team pretty much had their foot halfway out the door and Freddie Kitchens was getting ready to get his pink slip. Congratulations. I mean, did they forget what Baker did to him in his rookie year? Yeah, they just so happen to forget about that. Yeah, they forget about that. They don't want to remember what Baker did to him in his rookie year. And to think he's hopefully going to have a healthy Odell, a healthy Jarvis, a competent offense, because the way I see it, Kevin Stefanski, the system fits Baker like a glove. A lot of play action. We have a fullback now. It's funny. It's almost like Andrew Berry saw the Steelers get Derek Watt, and he's like, damn, the Steelers got a fullback? Damn, we should get one too. So he went out and he traded for Andy Janovich, who's actually really good. Bengals flexing on AFC North titles, a relevant fan base and team. Yes. Yes. I mean, we're more relevant than them. And like, I'm going to get to the other two teams in the division, but I just like ripping on the Bengals, bro. I love ripping on them freaking bums. Like, bro, it's so funny. Like, you think you're better than us, bro. What have you done? You've done nothing. You ain't even got NFL championships to flex. You got nothing in your trophy case. Your trophy case is empty. When you go to their trophy case, there's nothing in it. Dust bunnies. Nothing. I mean, all you have is AFC North titles. Ooh. Couple of AFC championships. Ooh. What else? Nothing. The Bengals fans are the kind of fan base to flex AFC North titles like they mean something. Oh, like I said, oh, crazy dog. You can't win shit either. Your team sucks. Well, yours sucks as much as ours does. Who's taken up residence in the AFC North basement the last 2 years? Y'all have. You say we suck. Fool, get out of here. As Chad Johnson always said, child, please. Stupid. And it'll be hilarious if Joe Burrow comes into the league and he sucks. You better hope he doesn't suck. For real. God, man. I mean, I was in Steel Maidens hangouts a couple of times, really cool people in there. He had, of course, he had Butcher's Block in there. He had a couple other Steeler fans, Believe it or not, Steeler fans are actually not horrible, considering the fact that I have to deal with freaking Bungles fans in my own state. Some Steeler fans are cool, though. Sure, I hate them when football season comes around, but when it's not football season, they're cool people. Bengals fans, they're insufferable every day. The last time they went to the Super Bowl, they got their asses kicked by the Niners twice. Yes. Yeah. Now, of course, they bring up all the 86 and 87 AFC title games with us and the Broncos. Yeah, I know. We couldn't stop John Elway, and freaking Ernest Biner fumbled like literally this close to the goal line. He was damn near crossing the goal line when he fumbled. Yes. People constantly bring it up. Okay. But yet, when it comes down to the stuff that counts, the stuff that matters, the Bengals have nothing in their trophy case. I mean, yeah, we got AFC, we have NFL titles. They're hella old. They're from the Roman times. They're from the prehistoric era of NFL. But at least they're there. We have those to look at and go, man, remember when we were that good? That was awesome. You guys, well, you only have AFC North titles and a couple AFC titles. Ooh, congratulations. What did that lead to? 2 ass whoopings in the Super Bowl. Lovely. Yeah. Now, I don't know how we would have fared in the Super Bowl if we would have made it those 2 years. I mean, we probably would have got our ass kicked just because the NFC was a juggernaut in those times. But hey, I wouldn't have doubted. I would not have doubted. Oh, whatever. I would not have doubted Bernie Kosar and company, the Cardiac Kids. Never. I'm not sold on Lamar Jackson as an elite quarterback until he works on his arm and he stops trying to be a running back. Yeah, exactly. I'll get to them in a minute. But looking at the Bengals defense, it's suspect. If they can't stop the run again, they're doomed. It's the way it is. I mean, they're out here flexing Trey Waynes and Mackenzie Alexander like they're like freaking amazing, which they're all right. Von Bell, I mean, I've heard some things about him, like he's not good in coverage. It's whatever. We'll see how they fare against the AFC North receiving corps and tight ends. By the way, the Bengals are going to have to deal with Austin Hooper, David Njoku, and of course Eric Ebron. And then you got Mark Andrews. So yeah, have fun, Bengals fans. Now, of course, we're going to have to deal with those guys as well, and then whoever the heck the freaking Bungles got at tight end, which it's C.J. Uzama, Drew Sample. Like, ooh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Better hope we don't get Everson Griffin. That's all I'm going to say. Because looking at your offensive line right now, Jonah Williams, Billy Price, Trey Hopkins, Xavier Su'a-Filo, and Bobby Hart. Yeah, I don't have an answer for that. That's just, I would not be shocked if the Bengals are once again in the basement. But all right, I am done ripping on the Bungles. I got to save some content for the season. I don't want to go off on them in some worthless stream because, they just pissed me off so much. They're hilarious. But anyways, let's move on to my squad because we finished third in the division. Of course, you already know we brought in Andrew Billings from that other team down south to the good side of Ohio. We got Jack Conklin, BJ Goodson, Austin Hooper, Kareem Hunt, Andy Janovich, Kevin Johnson. That's an underrated signing right there. Carl Joseph, and of course, Case Keenum and Andrew Sendejo. Now, looking at what our current depth chart looks like, I mean, I went over this before, so I'm not going to go over it too deep. But I like what we've done. We addressed the offensive line, part of it. Now all we got to do is just get us a good left tackle in the draft. Or maybe we even, sign one like Jason Peters or possibly trade for Trent Williams. That's still going around. I don't think we're going to get him, but hey, you never know. Our left tackle, if we get Trent Williams, that means we would have an offensive line that is probably one of the best we've ever had. Williams, Bitonio, Treader, Teller, Conklin. I like that. So this is what offense currently looks like. Of course, you have Austin Hooper at tight end with David Njoku. The other three, I believe, are all Pharaoh Brown was tendered. He's coming back. I think Carlson as well. But I do know Ricky Seals-Jones is a restricted free agent, I'm pretty sure. Not sure his status with the team. But, of course, I like what we've done. I love it. You got Hooper with Njoku. Of course, the receiving corps, it speaks for itself. But Andy Janovich is a very underrated acquisition because from what I've read and heard about this guy, he is one of the best run blocking. I think he is actually the best run blocking fullback in the NFL. And he's going to be blocking for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Wow, Andrew Berry. Okay, I like that. The difference between Berry and Dorsey is very, very clear this year. Berry is addressing key positions with nice contracts. He's not breaking the bank for, some random dude. Dorsey would have probably thrown a crap ton of money at everybody. Who knows who he would have signed? It's kind of hard to say. He probably would have went after guys with like character issues because that's what he loved, those guys. As you saw when we would sign guys, most of them had character issues, especially like in the draft. Antonio Callaway, he had character issues. Of course, Kareem Hunt, Josh Gordon. He had quite a few guys with character issues. Berry, I think, I like this. I like this guy. I wasn't so sure how Barry was going to do in his first free agency, but I like it. I like it a lot. Filling up holes with, again, you know, good contracts, prove it deals. And if the guys that are on those 1-year contracts go out there and kill it, we could just resign them. Simple as that. So what else have we done? We have Carl Joseph and Sendejo at the safety position. And most likely Kevin Johnson will be our primary slot corner. I could see him challenging and beating out Money Mitch for his spot as well. But like I said, when these signings happened, our secondary compared to what it was before free agency is way better. Because heading into free agency, we only really had like 3 guaranteed somewhat safeties coming in to this upcoming season. You had Hassel, Redwine, and Montrell Meander. And those two, Hassel and Meander, it's not even a guarantee that they'll be on the team. But now we got Carl Joseph, Sendejo, and Redwine. I could see us maybe drafting one, like Winfield. Well, there's a couple other guys out there that I could possibly have my eye on as well. But I love what we've done so far in free agency, and I don't think we're done. Because looking at our linebacking core, it still is kind of shady. I mean, yeah, you added BJ Goodson, but other than he, Taki, and Mac, you don't really got a lot. So it'll be really interesting to see what we got coming up. And like I said, I think I said this before, we got our eye on some pretty decent pieces. So we'll see what Barry, comes up with. That's all I'm really going to say about that. Now let's move on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. See what they've done so far. I know they haven't been too loud in free agency. They're not usually a team that would go crazy in free agency. They make a couple moves here and there, address some needs, and then they go through the draft and just kill it like they always do. So this is what they have done so far. Of course, they tagged Bud Dupree. They signed Eric Ebron. They brought in Derek Watt. They traded for Chris Wormley. First time, I believe, the Ravens and the Steelers made a trade together since 1998, I believe. And then they signed Stefan Wisniewski. Again, good quality signings. You kept a guy that, really balled out for you last year. Another weapon for Big Ben. Got a fullback, and he got another piece for that defensive line. So looking at what their team currently looks like right now, with those pieces added, of course, their offense is still. I think they could add a couple more pieces in the draft. You have, of course, the receiving core: Juju, James Washington, Deontay Johnson, Ryan Switzer. Yeah, pretty good pieces there. Offensive line is, of course, they took a big step back last year. I could see them definitely bouncing back. Of course, you have Villanueva right now that it has Stefan Wisniewski at left guard, Pouncey, DeCastro, and Filer. Then at tight end, you have McDonald and Ebron. You have Ben at quarterback. I don't know. James Conner at running back with Samuels and some Benny Snell in there. And then, of course, Derek Watt. The defense is pretty much the same. You just add Chris Wormley to a defensive front with Hayward and Tuitt. And then you have I guess you could say JJ's brother, yeah. TJ Watt with Devin Bush and Vince Williams, along with Bud Dupree. And then you got that secondary. Yeah, you got Joe Hayden, Minka, Terrell Edmonds, Steven Nelson, and Mike Hilton. Oh. But one of my favorite memories from last year was watching freaking Steven Carlson, our tight end, stiff arm. I think it was Steven Nelson to the ground. I think Steven Nelson actually he got freaking mossed by Carlson, or someone got mossed by Carlson last year in the first Steeler game. And then I think Nelson got freaking stiff arm the second one. I'm sure if Nelson was a victim on both circumstances, I don't think he was. But damn. guy, Steven Carlson, really came out of nowhere last year. He was the practice squad guy for the majority of the season. And this guy comes in the Steeler games, and he's out here freaking first, mossing a guy in the back of the end zone. And then he stiff arms the guy in the second game. Wow. Okay. But yeah, I mean, the Steelers, I think they're going to be fighting for the AFC North Division. In essence, I think all three teams, Browns, Steelers, and Ravens, are going to be fighting for the division this year again. Bungles, it's hard to say. Maybe they decide to show up, or maybe they continue to suck. Who knows? Nobody knows. But yeah, I mean, that Steeler team looks, again, very dangerous. Their defense can actually stay healthy, and, maybe Fichtner isn't a total idiot, which that's really, stretching things, because he's not the smartest guy out there, not the brightest. If your offense can go back to what it was before Ben got hurt, essentially, like if your offense can be good, Juju's out there making plays, running backs are actually healthy and, not turning the ball over, I think you guys can be good. So with that being said, let's move on to the defending AFC North champions, the Baltimore Ravens. Now, they actually originally signed Michael Brockers, but that fell through because it could have also been something like a failed physical or something. But let's take a look and see what our friends from freaking Baltimore have done. Which I don't think they've done a whole lot. All right, where are they at? Here they are. They've only made a handful of moves. Traded for Calais Campbell, tagged Matt Judon. They placed a tender on Matt Skura. Jimmy Smith re-signed, and then they also brought back Jihad Ward. So the only guy they brought in from outside of the organization was Calais Campbell. Like I said, Brockers was supposed to come in, but that ain't happening. So again, looking at the Ravens squad with their one move, Calais Campbell, you put Campbell on a front four with Ellis, Justin Ellis, Brandon Williams, and Jalen Ferguson. That's not horrible. It would have been more imposing with Michael Brockers, but again, we already know. I've already mentioned it 3 times already. But a lot of people are wondering, will the Ravens take a step back? And I could see it. I mean, if you remember last year, because I know Ravens fans probably just so happen to forget about this. Last year, wait, what happened? Oh, whatever. I always think, whenever I see Adam Schefter tweet something, I think it's a signing, but it's not. Oh, well. But remember, last year, the Ravens pretty much had the division because, Ben got hurt. Freddie Kitchens was an idiot. And the Bungles, well, they bungled. They had to deal with freaking really nothing from the Bengals at quarterback. I mean, Dalton, nah. You had to deal with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or the Red-Nosed Reindeer and a duck. And then Baker Mayfield, who was being hampered by his freaking idiot coach. And yet, week 4, right? Or whatever, week 2, whatever. Things going on outside, whatever. But you had to deal with, the Browns coming in your house and absolutely kicked your ass. You let a team with an idiot head coach who didn't know what the hell he was doing half the time walk into your house, break down your door, and beat your ass. Now, of course, after that game, that was what, week 2? No, week 3. No, that was week 4. I'm stupid. Oh, my God. Oh, this freaking quarantine crap is getting to me. Oh, God. But, yeah, what was it, week 3? I don't know which week it was. It was, God, I am losing my mind. Oh well, whatever week it was, we kicked our ass. Then the next week after that, we freaking crapped the bed. Yeah, love it, right? Yeah. Typical Browns fashion. We go into Baltimore, take care of business, take the division lead. Browns fans are hyped. Freaking Ravens fans are weeping. And little did we know that would be one of the only losses that would be like the last loss they would actually receive. Yeah. They lost 2 straight games. The Ravens did. Chiefs, Browns. After that, they mopped the floor with everybody else until they reached the playoffs. Like, I swear to God, bro, if the Ravens reach the playoffs again as a number 1 or 2 seed, which remember, this time around, the number 1 seed, of course, is the only team with a bye. So if the Ravens get the number 2 seed, they got to play because there's 7 teams in the playoffs that starting this year. That might be one of the only things from the CBA that I actually like. I'm not a big fan of the whole 17 game thing. I mean, it is one more game of football, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But if the Ravens seriously go into the playoffs this year, like this upcoming season, if we have a season, no, we're going to have a season. Trust me, we better. Could you imagine if we did not have an NFL season? Oh, God, I don't know what I would do. Better have a freaking season this year, I swear. Because as you just saw, this quarantine crap, this no sports crap is getting to my head. I said this earlier. I should be streaming like 5 different things in like 4 days, in the span of 4 days. I should be doing March Madness, Indians, Cavs, with a little bit of Browns. But instead, you know what we got to do? Browns. With a little bit of Buckeyes because, they're doing their recruiting thing. That's it. That's it. That's all we got for right now. Because this stupid virus crap is just killing us. Literally. Oh my God, bro. But like, just sitting here and watching like reruns, it's like, bro, I wish there was sports. I really do. But in my opinion, I think the Ravens are going to once again probably be in the running for the AFC North again. Like I said, I think it'll be 3 teams when it's all said and done that make the playoffs in the AFC North. Yeah, 3 teams. The funny thing is, you could possibly have 4 teams make the playoffs. Division winner, and then, maybe a number 2 seed. Maybe. Well, no, that's kind of hard. No. You'd have 3 teams. Okay, 3 teams, yeah. Again, this whole quarantine crap is getting really annoying, and it's just messing with my head. I think there will be 3 teams from the North that make the playoffs this year. Browns, Steelers, and Ravens. I think it will be Browns will probably be a wild card team, depending on how this whole Baker Mayfield year 3 thing goes. By the way, Baker Mayfield's looking more slender. I know Browns fans on Twitter, for some reason, have this thing like where they like to rip him for, first of all, they called him fat because, he's he has like a dad bod thing going. And now they're ripping him because this dude can't do freaking push-ups. Really? I mean, Baker, what's up with that form, though? For real. I mean, come on. Seriously? You remind me of what I used to do in freaking high school. I of course, it's kind of hard to do push-ups on a freaking gym floor, but still, what's up with that form though, Baker? Seriously. I mean, damn, bro. I'll admit, people with the fat jokes that was kind of over the line, but it's almost like Baker saw the people ripping him for, oh, he's fat, because He looking good now. I saw him on Instagram posting pictures of him working out in his garage because, of course, gyms are closed. And looks good. He looks good. So let's see what the comments are saying. I'm not so okay. Lamar Jackson is trash. Yes. Facts. Weak ass O line. Heard of Hunt Max? Oh God, yeah. I've heard of Hunt Max. If you haven't heard of Hunt Max, consider yourself lucky. This dude has the IQ of a dead tree stump. If you were not in Steel Maiden's hangout, the past couple ones, oh God, you missed out. The things this dude was saying made me want to bash my head into the wall so hard I knocked myself out. Which, of course, I didn't do that because that would be stupid, you know. But yeah. We don't have any money. Yeah. The Steelers aren't ones to really spend a whole lot of money. Of course, they really don't have a lot of money, but the money that they do have, they use it wisely, you know. I remember John Dorsey used to just go crazy with the money at times. I remember when we freaking first hired Dorsey, people were like, "Yeah, he doesn't know how to, use money wisely." Well, Paul DePodesta must have been lurking over his shoulder because he didn't really do anything really that crazy. The thing that he got ripped on was he loved his guys with character issues. We don't have any money. We're really flexing on that, brah. This guy allowed no touchdowns last year, and you flexing on that. It was week 4. All hell would break loose if we don't have football at all pros in college. Ratbirds will not be as good as people think. Yes. Hot Max makes me miss A Train 513. Yeah, A Train was the god of Bengals fans on YouTube. Like, of course, the Bengals would have two of arguably the worst video makers / trash talkers ever in their fan base. That team is definitely trash, both on YouTube and on the field. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun this year when it comes to talking crap about them, especially if Joe Burrow completely sucks. But hey, it's what they do. They have really nothing. Like I said, they ain't got no rings. They got nothing. I mean, they do have like the tiny little, they have that tiny little AFC North, little tiny little, little ring. They got their hats and T-shirts from those championships. That's all they really have there. And then they have a couple AFC titles. That's all they have to, really flex on the rest of the North. But hey, I'm gonna let them do their thing. It's just so funny too because Dashy's always in there saying that we're the bums. In my opinion, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Because like I said, who's been taking up residence in the AFC North basement the last couple of years? You guys, freaking bungles. But man, I really hope that there is football this year. I think there will be football. I just think the only thing that will be affected is like mini camp and like OTAs and stuff. Training camp, I don't think will be affected. I hope not, because I'm hoping to go there, this year. But man, we'll see what happens. Draft's coming up next month. Steven Nelson has been really good on our system, and you flexing on a practice squad guy, stiff arming him and hurdling him. I don't even think it was him. It might have been Edmonds who got mossed in the end zone. I think it was Nelson. Reminded me of what Vance McDonald did to Chris Conte. Like, no lie. That was nasty. Yeah. And then who was it? Pouncey on the sidelines, or was it Hayward? I think it was Hayward on the sidelines. Like, damn! Oh, Conti got Remember that from 2 years ago? Buccaneers and Steelers. I don't think I've ever seen one of our guys freaking stiff arm a guy like that before. He damn near threw him to the ground. He's like, get off me. I don't think I've seen that from one of our guys. I don't, not in my memory, no. I have not seen that. That kind of stiff arm. I've seen stiff arms before, obviously, but nothing like that. I mean, damn. I've seen those like get off me ones, like where they shrug them off, but nothing like that. I'll even admit it. Of course, I've seen our guys moss people before. That was fun. And of course, I've seen my guys get mossed before too. So I've kind of seen it all. Yeah. But it'll be fun to see how hopefully a healthy Odell and Jarvis do this year. Jarvis actually had surgery, so he probably won't be participating in training camp. My guess is, but he should be ready for the season. Cravens suck. Yes, facts. Guys, speaking facts out here. I'm actually surprised no Bungle fans have popped in because I mean, if a Bungle fan really thought, oh, I'm going to pop into this live stream and freaking talk trash. How about no? Because one, like, it's a Browns fan stream, and you got a bunch of Steelers fans in here, so we're all going to torch you. Stupid. But I'm actually kind of, well, not really excited to see what content freaking Dashy can come up with for this upcoming season. Probably the same old, calling us the Mutts. But yeah, you're the Pussycats because, you know, we are 3-1 against you. And like Baker like has torched you almost every game. Lamar Jackson had his worst game against us despite them winning that game. I'm actually surprised that no other team besides the Titans really took what we did to them week 4 or whatever and completely, like, you know, manipulated that. Like, Nick Chubb ran all over them. And no one else really thought, hey, you see what Chubb did to him? How do we try that? Except the Titans, of course. The Titans just literally ran it right down their throat. What do you think about Chris Hubbard at guard? I don't know about that because from what I've heard, Callahan loves Teller. Like, he loves Wyatt Teller. Although I do like how they restructured Hubbard's contract. Chiefs crushed the Ravens too, even though the score might not. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Patrick Mahomes. Like, he's insane. Yeah, Chris Hubbard, I think the problem with him the past couple of years was the scheme. I think he will benefit from this scheme. But he'll be a very good swing tackle, you know, good like backup if needed. He could be that extra lineman that we bring in. But like watching him last year, oh, it was bad. He got beat so many times, it was bad. And you thought Greg Robinson was bad last year. Because of course I always called Greg Robinson the guaranteed false start or holding call a game. Because every game he had a penalty call on him. With Hubbard, he just got beat like a drum, straight up at times. Like, he would just miss a block, just completely whiff. Poor Baker's out here dodging T.J. Watt and them, and he actually did a pretty good job of, you know, evading pressure at times, but kind of hard to evade pressure when you can't see the guy coming at you because Greg freaking sucked low-key too. Wait, what the heck are they showing now on NFL Network? What's this? Oh, Collinsworth. Speaking of bungles. Oh my God. But yeah, I've been going for about almost 45 minutes. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. The AFC North is gonna be a bloodbath this year. Hopefully. I actually want it to be a bloodbath. I want it to be fun and interesting. I don't want it to be where Freaking the Bungles are absolutely trash again. I'm also tired of the media saying we will bring in a QB. Brad Winston is a turnover machine. Bortles sucks, and we don't have money once again. I mean, Steeler fans have to hope and pray that Big Ben is actually like fully 100,000% healthy, which I think he is. Should be fun. It should be really interesting. Trent Williams or Jason Peters? Well, one is a free agent. The other one has to be acquired in a trade. And the team that we have to trade with is being so freaking stubborn, it's crazy. So I could see us maybe going after Trent Williams if we could pull off a trade for him. It's not insane, like, not too crazy, but Jason Peters, I could see us maybe looking at him, at least inquiring about him. But it's going to be really interesting to see what else we do. No Tom Brady in the AFC anymore. Yay! Now we can get a taste of how tough the NFC is. You want to know what's crazy about that whole thing with Tom Brady in the NFC now? Like, look at his schedule. Look at this dude's freaking schedule. I'm going to pull him up. Let's pull up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule. Or at least the teams they face. Let's see who they got to deal with this year in terms of like quarterbacks and stuff. Atlanta, so we got to deal with Matt Ryan, probably Teddy Bridgewater, maybe Big Dick Nick. Ooh, because they face the Bears. And you have Drew Lock and the Broncos on the road. You got to face Matthew Stafford. Nah, that's a pretty good matchup. Then you got to deal with Drew Brees twice. Same with Teddy Bridgewater and Matt Ryan. Then you got Danny Dimes. And then Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, freaking Kirk Cousins, freaking Pat Mahomes, Tyrod Taylor, and Jared Goff. This dude's really got to deal with Drew Brees twice, Pat Mahomes, Big Dick Nick. Like, wow. And Aaron Rodgers. It ain't so easy now, huh, Tom? Yeah, it ain't easy now, huh? Now, if he would have went to L.A. with the Chargers, he would have had to deal with Pat Mahomes twice a year. So, I mean, honestly, I think it'll be very tough. I could see the Buccaneers maybe having a modest season. I don't think they're going to win over like 11 games. But I could see them maybe slipping into the playoffs. Not sure if they're going to win the division because, of course, like I said, Drew Brees is in that division. That should be fun. But hey, at least he has weapons. These may be the best weapons he's had in quite some time. You have Godwin. You have who else do you have over there? You have Mike Evans, Brayden Howard. I don't know who else they got at running back. Oh yeah, Rojo. Yeah, Ronald Jones at running back. Yeah, I think they lost Peyton Barber though. But they got Ronald Jones, who's not horrible. Man, it's gonna be tough for Tom. That defense is kind of suspect, but I think they could make it better. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. The Saints are going to kick Brady around. And I could see it. Toughest schedule in the league. Yes, they do. Patriots. Yeah, they're going to have to rely on Stidham, most likely, to lead the charge. Lovely. And then, yeah. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video or this live stream. This quarantine crap is really getting to me right now because there's nothing else I can do besides football unless they show an old Indians game, which they have shown a couple of those. In fact, let me see what is being shown right now. Oh, 1986 NLCS Game 5. Astros and Mets. Wow, that's coming up on MLB Network. Oh, because they got like a whole postseason to remember thing on there. That's cool. I'm sure Entertainer would be watching that. We got a Football Life marathon going on right now on NFL Network. On ESPN, they got tennis on ESPN2, 2017 Australian Open. Got college basketball, Maryland and Sparty on ESPNU. Boxing on 207, ESPN HD, ESPN News. And then baseball, 1998 Astros and Cubs. Ooh, that's lit. And they have Reds and Diamondbacks from 2001. I like some of these games they're showing. Tigers and Nats 2016. Ooh. Man, if they show a freaking old Indians game on there, I might have to stream it. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this live stream, guys. It was a lot of fun. Almost an hour. Of course, if baseball season was going right now, I'm pretty sure I'd be streaming the Indians. But of course, we all know why we're not. Of course, if I also would have been streaming March Madness, along with maybe some Browns news or whatever. But hey, things gonna happen, you know. So that's gonna wrap it up for this live stream. I'm Crazy Dog 99, and if and when the Browns do make any more moves, which I'm pretty sure they will, I don't think they're done yet. I will, of course, make a video about it, talk about who we signed and how much and how long and what they bring to this team. So until then, I'm Crazy Dog at 99. Let's go Browns, and I'll see you whenever, pretty much, because I don't know what's going to happen next. So yeah, I'm out.